What's up, guys? Today I'm going to teach you a very in-depth tutorial on how to make NASCAR paint schemes for NR2003 and or Roblox, if you're into that. So, first, we want to go to stunautoracing.com. It's a great website for all NR2003 stuff. You want to go to downloads, and then for this tutorial I'm going to be making a next-gen paint scheme. I'm going to go to mods, full circle racing designs, Full Circle Racing Designs, NASCAR Cup Series 2022 templates. I'll scroll down and then you're going to find your desired template. I'm going to use these 2023 templates right here by Vadcuz. I'm not sure if you're saying your name right, but we're going to go ahead and want to download this. Get our ad right there. And wait for the download to complete. We're going to open up our zip file. Then open up the desired one you want. Or, no, do not do that yet. You want to go to GIMP.org. This is a program I use to make paint schemes. It's really good. It's basically Photoshop, but free. It's very in-depth and very high quality. So you want to download 2.10.36 right here. I already have it downloaded. This is what I was working on earlier, but we don't need that. So, now that we have GIMP opened, what we need to do, go to our file explorer, open up whichever one you want. I'm going to be using a Camry for this scheme I'm making. See, open it. This doesn't really matter in my opinion. I just press keep. And there we go. Now we have our paint scheme template right here. Okay, now we have to get all of our other resources such as logos and numbers. So for the numbers, we're gonna head to bigevilracing.com, go to downloads, painting, numbers, and you can choose any series you want. They may not have every number, but they do have most. So we're gonna go to Cup Series. For the number I'm choosing Casey Kane's number 4 from 2011. So we're gonna go to historical. And they have plenty of numbers on this website. It's on page 2 actually. Right here, number 4 Red Bull Racing from 2011. We're gonna download this. It's a .rar file, but I can open that. And then double click it and it will open in GIMP. Right there. Now you need your logos. I personally download all my logos. So for example, we're gonna go to Roku. I'm making a Roku sponsored car. So I'm going to get this right here, save image as, and the most important part about scheme making is keeping all your stuff organized. If you don't keep all your stuff organized, everything will be cluttered, you don't know where stuff is, and whichever menu your C drive is going to be a huge mess if you're on Windows. There's some previous schemes I made. Logos, I save all my stuff right here. I already have it saved, so I'm just gonna edit this file real quick. There you go. And I'm gonna download this logo too. Save as. Now, I'm gonna go to GIMP, File, Open. I have my sponsors folder pinned right here. And you click this, control click, and it'll open both of them at the same time. Now, you'll need to find a design. This is all we're doing for now. We need to find a design that goes with your sponsor. For example, if your logo has a lot of curves, or like it's a bunch of strokes, you usually want to have a scheme with a lot of curves and strokes and a very unique design. For example, for this Coca-Cola car I made, let me pull this image up right here. You'll see the Coca-Cola logo has a bunch of curves, very swoosh-like, and the scheme has curve, 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 like all these different strokes that go with the logo. That's how it makes it look more, makes the scheme flow nice, and overall it just looks better. Now, I'm just gonna close this because we don't need it. For our number, we're going to turn this off. I usually do not use all these different colors, so I'm gonna turn one of these off. Give the number a nice thick border. We're going to right click, alpha to selection, and just for now I'm going to turn this white. Or that is not white. Excuse me. Yes, it is. Oh, excuse me. I'm gonna opacity off. But yes. Do this. Now, I'm going to do something with the number here. I'm going to go all the way to this top corner. Use the color picker tool. I'm going to actually make a little dot right here so it saves that color in your foreground color rotation. I'm going to go down here too, do this exact same thing. Get our color picker, choose this color, click on that color right there. So now we're going to go back. We're going to select our second layer, this red part, right click on this little bucket fill tool right here, and then there's a gradient tool. Now I've already taken this before, and usually you want to size this up by 1, because if you're doing alpha to select, it makes some parts do not get in, like some red parts. You see this right there, because it's only selecting the colors that it sees, and sometimes it doesn't get all of them. So I usually like to grow by 1 right there, and we're just gonna add a little gradient to this using the colors that we just used, like so. I'm gonna make it look like more of the logo. Pink over here, blue over here, or purple, excuse me. But also, you have multiple patterns. I'm just gonna use none and use the linear for the shape. Like this. I'm going to select this. Grow by 1. And then I'm just gonna make this entire thing black. So now we can, I'm actually going to make the base for this car black. And now I'm going to go to numbers, make a layer called numbers. You want to make a layer for pretty much everything that you like specifically put in to your car, like for numbers, logos, for all of that. So I'm going to make a layer called numbers. Move it up. Make sure it's above this window blackout layer group. Make sure you have your number copy pasted into there. I'm going to press Shift S for sizing down. And then you just scale it into things right. Also, make sure to have your wireframe on when scheme making. That makes everything so much easier for lining stuff up and just looking at what you're putting onto the race car and making sure it looks right. Okay, so now we're going to get the rest of the logos in. For this, I'm going to straight up use this. Right click, alpha to select. And color the entire thing white. Now, keep it alpha to selected so it gets the right proportions for the sizing. Let me show you what I mean by that. If you size this down, and then you click copy, and then you go to here, paste. See how it has this big border around the image? You do not want that, like, at all. That messes up your sizing, and going back later, it's gonna look weird. It's gonna save you time later, but I'm gonna alpha select the logo not size down. We're gonna rotate it a little bit. Rotate it -4 degrees. See, in these templates, for some reason, they have this weird angling. Let me show you. See this window blackout piece right here? This is actually angled on the door. Or excuse me. This is flat on the door. So this door is actually going up angled. That's why you have this going up right here too. Which may look a little strange if you do not angle your logos correctly. I'm going to put our logo right there. I'm actually going to go back here. And you see this little corner right here? I'm going to use this rectangle select tool and try to crop out this channel as best as I can. Just like this. Size it in a little bit. Like this should be good. So now, for any logos on your quarter panel or right before the headlight, you want to usually size it by -6. Because over, especially like, yeah, right here, there's a lot of warping on this area, and it looks really strange if you do not angle it correctly, like I said. But I'm just gonna insert that right there. I need to see some. Okay, I kind of made a mistake here. Hold on. This is a mistake I made. Look, if I move this numbers down, you can see the numbers clipping into the logo, which we do not want. So I'm just gonna redo this real quick. Like so, much better. Copy this. There you go, much better. Now turn this layer on, and then there you go. So now, what I'm going to do is we have to come up with the design. Now, you see how this number right here goes? It's like a swoosh. It's like, huh? It's difficult to explain, but your design also usually wants to go with your number too. So I'm going to use this path tool right here. Make sure it's on design. I'm gonna click right here. Also have, if you're using the Camry, have your splitter always on, or not your splitter, your side skirt, because this decal right here is really just a side skirt, so it does not matter anyways. You cannot take out the side skirt on the Toyota. But what I'm going to do is have a little swoosh that goes all the way along the car. Bring it up, rise it up. You can drag on this right here. You see how this right here is going with the number. Gives it a nice curve, makes this game flow really nice. So we're going to angle this down. And right there should be good. I'm going to go up. Just click along the car. And I'm gonna have it go up into the roof, but that would not matter later because I'm gonna black out the roof, and I'll show you how to do that. Without it looking bad. But just gonna have it right here. We're actually gonna have it come angle in, like so. And we're gonna close this selection, hold control, and then you can select this right here. Selection from path. Now we're actually going to use that same gradient that we did. And you see that channel logo? We're gonna have to fix that. So we're just gonna angle this like so. See, now that's your main design for the car. May not look the best right now, but it will look pretty good and clean at the end. We're gonna make a new layer called blackout. It's gonna go under your window blackout. And yeah, you wanna have all your excuse me. You wanna have all your layers, all your design layers below the blackout, and all your main logos, numbers, team logos, whatever you have going on above the window blackout layer group. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to blackout. Just a little point right here. I'm gonna start out and see, follow. You have to. What I do is I have to follow the wireframe that's going on. So you click right here. Every time you see this little angle, the little section, cross section right here, excuse me, just make a point everywhere, and then you can hold it. By the way, I learned this recently. You can hold control to make a straight line, which makes it pretty easy to make schemes with straight lines or only certain angles for certain logos. I'm going to have this like that. And then there you go, your roof is blacked out. Now, actually I'm going to do this really quick. You wanna, I have guidelines on for this, center lines. And that means you can actually, like, get the center line, make it in the middle of the roof. Control C, Control V. Flip. Control F, or Shift F to flip it right here, and then Shift R, negative 180, which that flips the rotation around to have that on top of the car. Okay. Now, I need to redo this base layer, because I did it. You want to have all your stuff on different layers, which I did not just do, so I'll go back and redo it, and I'll speed it up for you. Okay, so now that I had this design on a separate layer, we're going to fix this channel logo. I'm going to go right click, alpha to selection, get your color white, and just color over it, and it'll look as if it was white the whole time. Now, for the second part of this design, we are going to add a little white stroke next to the gradient right here. So, get our path tool again, and we're just gonna design a stroke going along with the black. And I'm actually going to press the dot right here, control, and you can connect these two right there. Actually, I need to move this. See, I want to drag around these anchors, because they are very important if you want to make your stuff look correct. Or, like, look good. Oh, do not do what I just did. You want to go back to your undo, control Z, or just click wherever you need to go. Or, actually, there's an easier way to do this. You click to start, add path, go over here, and just want to line it up with this. Okay, so now, go to your tools options, stroke path, and you want to play around with this a little bit. Line width, I'm just going to start at 7. You see, that's too small, and also I need to move it up. So you're going to go to move, and you're just going to move it up every so slightly. I'm going to fix the lining a little bit here. If I can stop moving it. Stroke path. We're going to try 10 now. See, that's looking a lot better than what we just had. I'm going to go ahead and try 15. Right, it's going 15 wide, so it's not 15 for each side. It's basically 7.5 for the left side, 7.5 for the right side. That's just information that you might need to know. Stroke, and that might be a little too big, but I'm going to fix this real quick. Roll. Stroke path 15. Still too close right here. Down. I'm gonna try 12. See how that looks. I think we're going to keep 12 on that. See, we're gonna go up here now. See, now that this is blacked out, we're gonna start up here to give us a little more room. And same thing, we're just gonna make it go with our little design that we created right here. Stroke 12. See, there you go. See how it's not showing up here? Right here. See how it's not showing up? That's because we blacked out the roof. See, now if I turn off the wireframe, there's our design right there. Now I'm actually going to take this logo. I'm gonna edit it a little bit. Going to new layer, just name it whatever, it doesn't matter. But put it right there, and then new layer, name it whatever. Sometimes you don't have to actually name your layers. I just like when ski making, you want to name your layers. But if you're just like editing a logo to make sure it like fits something, just no need to edit it. Just like so. Just paste it right there. Turn this off and see it keeps the logo, but the actual logo isn't there. Oh, do not do that. Right click, Alpha to select, and then I'm gonna paint this logo white. Select none. Right click, Alpha to select. Gradient. I'm going to add that same gradient over here. And then, if you're trying to merge layers, which is what I'm going to do right now, right click on the layer, merge down, and then alpha to select, Control C, Control V. And for the hood, you want to rotate your stuff using Shift R, 90 degrees. Get it right there. Size it up a little bit using Shift S. And also, you want to make sure that this guideline right here, or actually there's guidelines right here. You want to make sure it lines up with the middle of the hood to get the best look on the hood. So now you have this crisp, clean logo right there. We're going to add our roof number really quick. We're actually going to edit the number for the roof. Going to make this a black. So I'm going to color this in real quick. Or actually, I'm just going to redo this whole thing. Selection, grow by 1, or wait, no, grow by 1, and just color this in. Now, let's grab our bottom layer, the main black. I'm going to add that same gradient that we did. Like that. And I'm actually going to do something I don't do a lot, but you can in fact do. For this, I'm going to go to right click on this layer, layer to image size. We're going to go to filters right here. We're going to go to lights and shadow, and we're going to go bloom. Now, we're going to go to limit exposure, and you see how it's giving us this little effects right here. You can actually edit this, and it gives it basically more light, and it kind of makes it almost look like it's glowing. And you don't want to alpha to select this because it's gonna zone out all of this. Look, see how it curves instead of just follows the actual thing, the light effect that we just did. I'm gonna select none, just copy the whole layer. I know that kind of goes against what I said earlier, but it really only does it for this number that we're doing, the whole light effect. Size it like that. You see the number looks like it's glowing on the roof, which is what I'm going for. Now we are going to do something, or not do something, but we're going to get our color right here, the end color for this gradient. Going to use this rectangle select this whole, this is a Decklid right here. Right click on our gradient, make it to bucket fill, click, and that should be now the same. This should transition from here to here smoothly and cleanly. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to transfer this whole design over here to here. And this is very simple to do. It may just take a little bit of some time. So we're going to do, click white right here, merge down into our design layer, and you actually want to find the middle of your car. So use rectangle select, use that same guideline that we just used. Just have it right there in the middle. And I'm actually going to use expand from center to do this. Drag all the way down to the bottom of your layer. Right there. You can expand it to this part of your layer. All the way. Make sure it's on the edges, and make sure it's like completely on the edges. You do not want to have it any sort of peeking out or not fully on there. We're going to turn off expand from center, and we're just going to drag it all the way over here. Zoom out, zoom back in, make sure it lines up all the way right there. See how it's going onto the top part of your car right here? See how it's like even, it's like a mirror. I'm going to Control C, Control V, Shift F to flip it, Shift R to rotate it. We're going to rotate it 180 degrees. And that will actually copy the design from here to here. And that is a very simple way to flip your design. So, now we're going to do the front design really quick. Actually, no, we're going to do the rear design first, because it's really simple. You want to have it go with this part of the car. So for this, we're just going to make it the same sort of purple color. And I'm just going to add the same Roku logo that I created. I'm actually just going to white it out. Just going to fit it there. So to put your color to white. This also switches between, this is your foreground color, this is your background color. And if you click this, it just switches it to black. or it just reverts your colors black to black and white. You can use white, just color that will go in. And then I usually use the lasso, but you can also pin this down. Look, I'll show you. You can pin it right there, but I usually just use the lasso and click. So we're actually gonna go back over here. Not over here. Over here. Control C. Do not actually click anything over here. I'm just gonna paste our logo right here. Usually right here is where the number goes. I may be wrong, but we're just gonna put it right there. I'm gonna go to Serious Decals, and since I'm a rookie, or if you are a rookie, there's these rookie stripes on the car that show your rookie contender and your rookie stripes on the rear bumper. And to do the same thing for the front part of the car. Okay, so next, you want to get your team logos. I'm going to use my EJD logo, my EJ Designs logo that I created myself. Logos, zoom out, since I made it a really large image to get the highest quality. Shift S to size it down. And you're just gonna want to fit it right there. Same thing, Control V, Shift S, size it down. There you go, there's your team logos, if you have them. So now, I'm gonna try my best to continue this design to the front of the car. So we're gonna grab our path tool again. Start from right here. And most of the time you want to use your grill as sort of like a stopping point for your design. Or like you want to have your grill or like your other parts of the car part of your design. So I'll show what I mean in a second. But we take this right here, sort of curve it in. That's sort of like a continuation. I'm gonna stroke 12. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna move this down. We're going to surround. We're going to go to design, control. We're just going to click all the way around here. Make sure it's not like, make sure it's like past here. Gonna selection from path. And since the gradient ends right here, we'll just get our little pink color. We're just going to put it right there. Now we're going to do the same thing, except without the rotations, to get this design on the other side of the car. Going to line this up right there in the middle. Control C, Control V, Shift F to flip it. Now it's on the other side of your car. Now we need to add all of our logos to the right side of the car. This is where your image history comes in, or your undo history. This gives you things like if you pasted your Roku logo or your whatever your logo is, it can tell you how much you rotated it by and how much you scaled it, which can be very useful for getting your schemes to have correct symmetry and looking as good as you can get it. Let's rotate this 180. Size it down. We're gonna go to our undo history. See, I scaled the number to 316 by 188, and type in 316 on our width right here. Maybe a little bit inaccurate, but that is okay. It's not gonna difference. It's not gonna make a difference. It's just 1 pixel. To try to actually, I'm gonna go down here. Or actually, never mind. I'm just gonna put the number where it goes, because this long slash right here is making it line up weird. That won't be on other numbers though. But we're going to grab our standard Roku logo. Control C. Copy paste it into our scheme. We're gonna rotate it negative 176 degrees. Because you see how we rotated this negative 4 degrees? That minus, or yeah, that plus 100 degrees, or minus, yo, I'm tweaking, minus 176 degrees, or minus 180 degrees, or, okay, I'm just gonna, okay, you see this right here, negative 4 degrees, that minus 180 degrees is 100 and negative 100, negative 176 degrees, excuse me. We're going to size this down to 328 by 123. Make sure, I should have brought this up earlier, this lock is always on. So you do get the best angle. I decided this wrong. There you go. You sort of want to line it up the best you can. And then you're just going to want to move it straight up. And right there. And grab your channel. Go back. Control C. Do not move anything else. Copy paste. Shift R to rotate. We rotated negative 6, so we're gonna rotate it negative 174 degrees. See the height right there, 69. I'm gonna make the height 69 right here, and it's pretty nice. I'm gonna color it in. It's wrong color, you see. I'm gonna pin it there. So now we have our logos and numbers on both sides of the car, our design on the front of the car, and our color on the rear of the car. I'm going to add, I'm going to add our Roku logo to the rear of the car also, on the Decklid. Rotate it negative 190. Shift S to rotate, or size, scale. Size it down right there. Now, we want to get rid of some of the stuff right here, such as all this white stuff. Like here, here, here. We're going to go to Parts, Window Net Color. This is actually the window net. We're going to make it all black. Go down. Spoiler, click the little plus. Spoiler color, make it all black. I'm going to go to Roof Rails Color. Make it all black. And then Me personally, I do not like these white out wheels. So I'm going to go to with wheels, rims, and rim color. Gonna go to your bucket fill tool. Have these selected to black. And just select in the middle where the lug nut is. Just click on it right there. Make your wheels black. Now, we have to add our name to our car. So, this is actually the dash decal. It's the inside of your car. This will show, if you're in NR2003, this will show up on the inside of your car. There's going to be a font, a certain font you want to use. It's called Stainless Heavy or Stainless Black, which is the official name font for, name banner font for NASCAR. So, for example, my last name is Dees. So, I'm going to type in Dees right here. Have it justify on the middle. You just want to click on the edge right here. Click it. That will sort of auto compact it. And scale it up a little bit. Like so. Like that. And let's click off of it. Click back on. Control C. See this name part right here? Control V inside of that. And then you can delete this layer as long as you have this on your clipboard. I'm gonna go to banners, regular. So right here. Rotate it 100 no, not 100. 85 degrees. Right there. Name on the back. Negative 90 degrees. Now, if you want to go out and put on your B pillar sponsors, you want to go to Stun Auto Racing, downloads, logos, all contingencies. Now, this one by Camo Creative. This is my personal favorite. I love using this one. This is really good, really high quality, and it's meant to fit onto the template that I'm using. I'm gonna open that. I'm gonna turn off this layer right here. Turn off the background. And we're just gonna look through which one we want to use. So we have this right here. I'm going to use this 67 Travis Pastrana B pillar. You have the Toyota logo, the Mobile One logo, Mag Tools 2311. Control C. And look, this is why you have your logos above your window blackout. See, you paste it and you size it down however much you need. And look, now it's showing actually above the blackout. If you put it below, it's not going to show up, which looks weird. There's no point in putting your logo there if it's just going to be hidden. Control V again. Rotate it 180 degrees. Size it down. See how much we size it down? 120. Right there. I'm actually just going to move it all the way up to about right here. Because that is your B pillars, and the scheme pretty much done now. I'm just gonna make some finishing touches. Like, I'm just gonna move the Goodyear logo tiny bit up and tiny bit smaller. It's sort of in the way of this design right here. So now we have our scheme done. Going to close this layer. Turn off the wireframe. I'm going to go to File, Save As. I'm going to go to my folder, NR2003, Custom. My name is EJD, that's my initials. For Roku. I'll save the image as a GIMP XCF file. I'm going to export as, and this depends on whether or not you're exporting to NR2003 or Roblox. So, go to your I have two folders, one for XCFs, or three actually. One for XCFs, one for PNGs, and one for TGAs. I'm going to go to PNGs, NR2003, Custom. We're actually going to name this the exact same thing. I don't know why I just did that, but I'm going to name it that. Export. Go to File. Now I'm going to do both Roblox and NR2003. Go to File, Export As. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go to my TGA file. We're going to export this as a TGA. Export. Now our scheme is exported as a TGA. I'm going to show how to do your Roblox export first. I'm going to go to the Roblox page, create, dashboard, development items, decals. Here are some previous schemes. Here's some previous things I made. Upload asset, upload. We're going to find our PNG file of the scheme. Go to custom. Find our image. Name it whatever, because this helps to avoid your scheme getting taken down. Multiple schemes are taken down on Roblox just because of the name itself, which in my opinion I find pretty dumb. But you want to go to images now. You want to go right here, copy asset ID. I'm going to open up another Roblox page here. I'm going to actually go to NASCAR Unleashed Race Place, just to test out a scheme. Go to my private server. So now, don't don't on my avatar, but you're gonna go to your car made for, so next gen Camry. Get in your car. You turn off the volume because it's really loud. Copy paste the asset ID you copied, and boom, here's your car. In Roblox. Now, just bare bones. Sorry, the decal quality may be a little low quality. Maybe because I'm recording my PC isn't the strongest, so Roblox does like to shrink down their decal size for me, because of how bad my PC is running. Yeah, you see a decrease right there. But besides that, the scheme does work. It's it just keeps getting lower quality, but that's beautiful. But that is your scheme right there in Roblox. Now, if you want to get it to NASCAR Racing 2003, exit Roblox. Let it sort of crash itself. So hold on. There you go. You're gonna go to your NASCAR Racing 2003 game. Skip the intro. Or, excuse me, we actually need to go put the, whatever it's called. Put the, our file into, our exports and imports file. Your pictures, whatever you saved your scheme as a TJ file. You're gonna click right here, copy NASCAR Racing 2003, exports, imports, Control C right here. I already have a scheme, and right here I'm going to actually name this file something different. As of right now, I'm just gonna name it NG for next gen, because I have a scheme made for a similar scheme for the 4 car on the Roku, but on a Gen 6 car. I'm gonna go to exports, imports, right there. See, now it's in our imports file. Now go to NASCAR Racing 2003. I'm just gonna assign random inputs right now, just to get that over with. I'm going to opponent manager. This may take a while because I have lots of cars. For my SCRD 2022 mod. Just let it load. Okay, so now, after it's loaded, this is a car I've made previously. Press new. You want to name it the same car, the same file name as your TGA file, like that. If you're using Chevrolet, use Chevrolet, obviously. Dodge is the generic model. Ford is the Ford, of course. Pontiac is a Toyota. Since my car is made on Toyota, I'm going to use the Pontiac chassis. Press OK. I have the wing mod on for some reason. And I was doing a fun race. We're going to press import. I'm going to scroll down. Press that, press OK. Boom, there is your car. Right there, we're going to type in all of our info for this driver. Press save. If you're using this just for yourself, like nobody else is going to be using this paint scheme, I would just press save. Like it's not going in a scheme pack or nothing. Like there shouldn't be ratings, or yeah, it's not going to be AI. You usually don't have to put ratings, but if you do, That's for you. I'm not worried about that. So now your scheme is saved here. Player info. Scroll all the way up to all the cars with number 4. Right here. And there is our car. Right here. Now the last thing I'm going to teach you to do, before I end this video, is I'm going to teach you how to make NASCAR, no, renders. Blender renders can be very good if you know what you're doing. So we're going to go back to Stunt Art Racing. 3D scenes, we're going to scroll all the way down to all 3D scenes. See, there are many good scenes that are happening. We're going to go to this render pack by James Hodge. It makes many good scheme packs. We're going to go to download. Download anyway. I'm going to see our download start to start. It may take a little bit because of how big the file is. Now this is done. Click open. For this, I'm just going to do a studio render, the orthographic transparent one car render. Yes, and yes, you do need Blender installed to use these. You can just get it on the Microsoft Store, or just download it from their website, I believe. But go to custom schemes, or actually no, it's wherever you saved your custom file. You go Roku, put your car body to the Camry, and press F12 on your keyboard, and there's your scheme being rendered. So, that was not supposed to happen. We're gonna try that again. Oh, never mind, it just crashes. Okay. So we're gonna open our orthographic transparent one car. I'm just gonna close this real quick. Press this little spot right here. It says untitled. The little file. Custom schemes. Nice renders. Here. Car bodies. Camry. I'm actually just gonna select this so I can actually try to render it. Also, you can mess around with the material of your car. If you want to have it shiny, do not mess with roughness. Press F12. So my stuff does not crash this time. It's and just crashes. So you see our scheme is rendering right now. Let's hope it doesn't crash.